Well, my friends, welcome to a very grey and soggy January the 1st, 2020. That is for those who are still using the thoroughly outdated Gregorian calendar. It is whatever we say it is. If it's a new beginning for you, then I congratulate you. You have made a strong choice. We're doing the 30 days to clean and healthy living because we behaved like absolute animals last night. No, I didn't drink alcohol. It's been maybe 4 years now since I've touched a drop of alcohol. But we did stay up late and we did overindulge in quite a lot of disgusting junk food, although in my defense it was vegan junk food. So I was invited by some good friends at the very last minute to go, otherwise I would have just been in the woods. So I don't think there's any inherent meaning to these calendars, these dates, these numbers, but we give them meaning. Everything that has any meaning is because we give it the meaning. So 2020 to me, it means we're going to see with 2020 vision. I've heard a lot of people saying this. There's nothing remarkable about this day. It's nice to see people out and about. It's just like a free Sunday, isn't it really? Day off work, out with the kids. There's quite a lot of people out exercising, feeling the guilt. As for myself, I've bombed it down off the top of the hill from Leanne and Greg's where I was staying last night to the basically sea level here in the Poole Harbour. And then I realised that I'd left this GoPro on charge up at the top of the hill. So I've ridden down here, which is easy, ridden back up, which is quite hard, then ridden back down. So I'm already stuck right into my New Year's resolution. The bike is completely packed. Basically, I'm trying to move house, but the really essential items are going to be gathered and somehow they're going to be transported to France. So the big job going forward is preparing to move by bicycle to France at the start of February during a Mercury retrograde phase. I've also got loose ends to tie up. There are several people, several friends who I want to see one last time before I go away. And I want to interview more people. I think when you've got two minds working together, you can reach places that you can't alone. This is my laptop that I do all my editing of these videos on. It's dying slowly. It's finding it harder and harder to do the work of editing video. So I'm going to let you know now that I don't really know how long this channel is going to continue. Basically, it doesn't have a very good video card, so all of its processing, I think this is how it works. It happens in the processor, but the thing really overheats and I can actually smell from the vents, the cooling vents underneath, a sort of a very faint electrical burning smell. So there is some real damage being done to this thing just by editing video. If that does happen, I suppose what I'll do is I'll just borrow a mobile phone and I'll just upload a quick update to that effect. But for now, it's still going. You know, whilst we're on the subject, I'm going to talk about money. I am as broke, well, I'm not as broke as I've ever been, but I'm pretty damn broke right now. I'm in a major transition that's been going on for years where I'm letting go of everything that we collectively have known to be or believed to be the way things are. I'm letting go of that and moving into this new state of awareness, which many people are like taking bold strides towards, and they're embracing it and they're doing very well, right? Because what we're doing here effectively is we're taking a divine purpose to awaken to our true selves and to help to bring into the physical third and fourth dimensional reality which we inhabit on a daily basis, this new fifth dimensional consciousness, this new fifth dimensional reality. And it's something that you have a soul contract to do from before the time that you were born into this lifetime, into this timeline. And you know, at a given point, when you feel ready, you step up, you say, I'm ready and willing to do my part now. And you have to sacrifice everything that is standing in your way. And it's basically, you've got to address your lower nature. and this is clearly taught in all the major spiritual teachers teach this, the mainstream ones and the non-mainstream ones, they all teach the same message. The legit ones, let's say that, the legit ones teach the same message, that you have to overcome the lower nature. But when you do this, and I first started doing this in 2015, when you quit smoking, you quit drinking, you get away from pornography, and you get away from casual sex and overindulgent eating, and maybe you give up refined products, you stop using cosmetics of any kind, you really clean your body inside and outside, you purify it, you basically purify the temple, you clean the temple and make it ready, and try to kind of prime yourself, right? Because the messages from outside of this realm cannot come in if you are not kind of configured. You have to configure yourself, right? And when we're in the flesh is not what we are. We're something different. We're something from outside of this physical realm. The flesh is part of the physical illusion. Once we're in this body, we are weak. And what we're trying to channel and what we're trying to bring in to this realm is so much more powerful than the negative, the dark forces that are present here, that have control of literally everyone you know, your friends, your family, and us, even those of us waking up. That's why we're struggling. Those of us who are struggling, which is going to be the majority, because we have our own lower nature as well. And until we understand it, and until we come face to face with it, we can't really stand a chance of overcoming it. But understanding is key. And I didn't understand it when I was first doing this in 2015, and everything went so well for me. And I was healing an autoimmune condition, and everything just got better and better, and my life was taking off in a way that I'd never known before or since. But the parasites that exist within you, and there are physical ones from the cellular level all the way up to multicellular level, talking about worms and flukes and other things of this nature. And of course, everything that exists in the physical also has an energetic counterpart. If you have an emotion that you experience, that emotion takes on a momentum of its own, a life of its own, and it wants to live, it wants to survive, and it wants to feed. So for me, a big one is anger. Because I'm aware of the problem and I know what it means, I know that that anger is not really coming from me, it's being triggered by this entity, this parasitic pattern. I'm able to stop it before it really gets going these days. But you know, there have been times where, man, it's there now, I can feel it now. It doesn't want me to say these things. No, it's trying to block me because I'm onto it, I can feel it, and I can also feel that presence, the tingling in the back of the neck, that there's something that's reminding me of the flow, reminding me of what I'm saying. Because this is right, it's exactly right what I'm saying. Thank you for confirmation. So this is the big deal, this is the big process of cleansing yourself and healing yourself. I am once again making this a big part of my life. I got fucked the last time. I really got fucked hard by these parasites because I didn't know what I was up against. And they do not want to die. I'm going to talk more about this and explain it as it goes on, but it's the state of consciousness that is commonly called Jesus Christ. It's the Christ consciousness, okay? I don't really claim to know what it is. I'm learning more and more about it. The main guy I'm learning from is a guy called John St. Julian. So if you know that guy, that's who I'm learning from. But I was into John St. Julian back then. I didn't really commit myself to it fully. I mean, I was fairly committed, all right? I was vegan and I was going raw vegan, and I knew I was up against some serious stuff. That was the physical part of it, and of course the fasting and the veganism and that kind of stuff. And it's like, that was real stuff. Those things are in you. It's been 2 years now since I quit veganism. I don't want to get too much off topic. It's just saying, basically, I fell off that wagon hard 2 years ago. And because I didn't have the other things in place, you know, you have to open yourself up so that this can come in. Once I have achieved that level of determination, it's actually quite easy to step on from there and say, okay, so I'm I'm not going to eat any refined foods, or I'm going to do certain practices every single day. So this bodes really well for the near future. But okay, I'm going to wrap this up now. Basically, in a month, I'm leaving England for good. I'm going to go and live in France with my girlfriend. We're going to start a new life. It's basically near enough a complete blank slate for me. And this is basically, I've been tested so many times, and particularly these last 2 years living here, and the things that I've gone through, the things I've put myself through, and the things that the universe, fate, God, whatever has put me through in these last 2 years. And I have proven myself clearly to this extent. And I know that Julie she's been put in my life by something so powerful, something which truly loves me, because it sent her to show me that, to reflect that to me. And there is no way I'm fucking this up. I am 100% from the heart doing this for the right reasons, and it just feels amazing. Going back right back to 2012 when my awakening began, everything that I've been preparing myself for and everything that the universe has been preparing me for, it's all going to be put into practice when we get to Avalon at the start of February. And I am just so excited. I don't know what the future holds, but this is the thing. You have to clear away your lower nature. You have to clear away your old egoic false identity. And I've been doing this a lot, and you'll see it in my recent videos. I've been talking about these kind of things to make way for even just it sounds ridiculous to say that the Christ consciousness is just going to come upon me and work through me, but that's how it happens. And I felt that before. I honestly did feel that when I was first waking up. Okay, I've been recording for 20 minutes. That's ridiculous. I've obviously got a lot to say. Maybe I should break this up into separate videos. I don't know. If you got this far through it, you're obviously invested in this channel, you're invested in this story, you're invested in me, my story. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. And you know, you guys are holding me accountable as well, because I'm saying these things now, I'm going on record. And if you've heard me say it, you know how it is when you make it public through one of these little cameras. If you fuck it up down the line, you've got to come back and say, oh yeah, I did this, I did that. Not the end of the world, you just get back on the horse, but it's accountability, isn't it? So